Islamophobia is a growing issue in today's world. It refers to prejudice, fear, or hatred towards Islam and Muslims, and it manifests in many ways through stereotypes, discrimination, exclusion, and even violence. This isn't just a problem for Muslims, it's a challenge for society as a whole. Islamophobia creates divisions, fosters mistrust, and prevents us from living in a truly inclusive and harmonious world. In this video, we'll take a closer look at Islamophobia, its roots, its effects, and most importantly, how we can work together to overcome it. Islamophobia impacts Muslims and those perceived as Muslims.
Muslim is a terrorist. Period.
Right now.
Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear your mouth.
Oh, please.
I'm done with you.
Regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, or gender. For instance, women wearing hijabs are disproportionately targeted, facing both verbal and physical attacks. Men with traditional attire or beards are also stereotyped as threats. Even children face bullying and exclusions in school. So, what is Islamophobia? Islamophobia is the fear, hatred, or prejudice towards Islam and Muslims. It manifests in various forms: verbal abuse and physical violence, stereotyping in media and entertainment, discrimination in workplaces, schools, and public spaces. While anti-Muslim sentiment has existed for centuries, Islamophobia became more widespread after 9/11 in 2001.
Today does mark 23 years since Americans were changed forever.
Yes, nearly 3,000 lives were lost when hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and an open field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania in those 9/11 terrorist attacks.
What followed is now considered the largest emergency response in American history. Firefighters and first responders raced inside burning buildings, searching for survivors. Who could forget these images?
Historically, Islamophobia can be traced back to the Crusades, where religious and cultural misunderstandings created deep-seated tensions between Christians and Muslim communities. In modern times, the 9/11 attacks significantly amplified Islamophobia, with Muslims being collectively blamed for acts of terrorism. Since then, incidents like Syrian refugee crisis and attacks by extremist groups have further fueled misconceptions. Islamophobia is a global issue, but is most visible in regions where Muslims are minorities. In Western countries like the United States, Canada, and much of Europe, Muslims face discriminations in public spaces and workplaces. In some countries, Islamophobic policies are systematic. For instance, France's ban on the hijab in schools reflects institutionalized Islamophobia. Additionally, India has seen a rise in anti-Muslim sentiment tied to political and religious nationalism. There are several reasons for the persistence of Islamophobia. First of all, media portrayal. Muslims are often misrepresented as extremists or threats. Additionally, ignorance and lack of understanding. Many people don't know about Islam and rely on stereotypes. Moreover, political agendas. Leaders exploit fear of Muslims to gain support. Finally, historical prejudice. Misunderstanding between communities have left a legacy of distrust. The impacts of Islamophobia are wide-reaching. For individuals, it causes psychological harms, limits opportunities, and increases vulnerability to violence. For society, it creates divisions, fosters fear, and undermines efforts to build multicultural harmony. To combat Islamophobia, we need to take collective action. First of all, education. Teach about Islam in schools and community to challenge stereotypes. Second of all, media responsibilities. Encourage balanced and fair reporting on Muslim issues. Additionally, policy reforms. It advocates for anti-discrimination laws and inclusive policies. Finally, personal actions. Challenge stereotypes, engage in interfaith dialogue, and promotes unity. For example, interfaith programs, like those in Canada, have shown significant improvements in community relationships. In conclusion, Islamophobia is a complex and deeply rooted issue, but it's not insurmountable. By fostering understanding, empathy, and unity, we can work towards a world where diversity is celebrated and not feared. Together, we can create a more inclusive and harmonious society. Thank you for watching.